crowd
Man,
to see?
I wanted you to see the real.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You getting with somebody what other people ain't gonna get.
Real.
Real shit. You getting Mills for real.
Real shit. Appreciate that.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
We here, man. Only time for currency, man.
Yes, sir.
Who
are we looking at today, man? So we know we got the man, the myth, the legend. Some people don't know the work that go behind doing this thing called a podcast, or even doing this thing called life and standing on life. You
Just
feel
life
me?
in general.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't get to be where you at. You know what I'm saying? Have the knowledge and be able to do the thing that you do. So for the people who just tuning in or who already don't know or need to know, who we got today?
WilsonMillz, man. You know what I'm saying? $1,000,001 Entertainment CEO, brother, host of Million Views podcast, dog, and just a real individual. You know what I'm saying? Just like I told you, bro. This me. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm just an everyday hard-working man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Changing the narrative of my own personal narrative. I'm changing that. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the darkness, so to speak.
Right.
And just, tapping into what the Most High really put me here to do, dog, and that's to lead. You feel me?
Definitely. So yeah, man, I definitely wanted to get you on a podcast because when I first seen you holding down on your podcast, I'm like, man, he definitely been doing this for some years. He definitely got some experience on his hands because it's like the way you coming into it, like I know now that you like in the beginning stages, still building your foundation and still like getting it going at the same time, learning and building. But when I seen it for the first time, I'm like, this like some wallow shit. Like this shit, like everybody need to see this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like the chemistry you have with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what really made you start fucking with the podcast shit in general?
Well, I gotta keep it, keep it a whole rack, though. I tell anybody who asks me about it, it ain't something I came up with on my own. You know what I'm saying? Me and my partner Cheezer, salute to Cheezer, dog. Shout out to my homie, man.
Thanks. Shout out to him.
I hope he pull back up before you go, but my dog Cheezer and me, bro, we used to just early morning wake and bake. I told you the type of time I used to be on, so it wasn't no real going to work or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, me and my partner, like, we used to always just, talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said, the way a nigga was living, we were like, man, we ain't gonna fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Or even have time for that type of shit.
In our mind.
Right.
We had all the time in the damn world,
right.
to be honest with you.
Right.
Especially to do this. But anyway, let me speed it up. Got to a point in life, though, where I told you, bro, I got tired of fucking off. I guess curse?
Yeah, you good.
I got tired
of my shit.
Yeah,
your shit. That's our shit. Fuck what they talking about.
I like that, but we go keep it clean as possible to keep it monetized. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
But just got tired of being non-productive. Got tired of not being something my son could really use as an example.
Right.
Like I told you when we were chilling in the truck. You know what I'm saying? Like I became a mature enough person to see what was really going on with myself.
How old you was when you had that thought in your head when that came to you? Yeah, cause you've been through a lot of shit, so like.
Facts, but I was be honest with you, I was 30 when I said, you know what, I want to change, but change don't take place overnight.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? So we shot our first podcast. Let me back up. Shout out to Pint 2 Times. You heard me? Pint 2 Times started rapping like 7th grade or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So immediately I was like, look, we gotta get you in the studio. We ain't gonna play with nothing. You know
right. So what you was to him, like when he started rapping, like just his friend or something?
Pint 2 Times, my son. That's my biological
okay,
son.
let's be clear. Like you just brought him up.
My bad. Salute to Pint 2 Times, man. That's my son, bro. That's an up and coming artist. Y'all need to be looking out for, bro. Pint 2 Times. He's streaming right now, all platforms. New album out, Peasy. New single out, Peace. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely tap in with that.
Yeah, man. But Pint started rapping, bro, and that's always been my world, bro. Him and his sister, dog. Shout out to Samir, bro. Princess Samir. That's 1/4 of the Village Kids. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all be looking out for the Village Kids coming soon. That's some, that's some MOD shit too.
Come on.
Always, man. But that's the motivation though, dog. Really, my children, bro, and just trying to set something up in their interest. For their interest, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Something that they love to do. Like my daughter, she into music and acting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's no brainer. That's entertainment. Right. My son, he rap. He he produce. He do all kind of different things. So that's entertainment. So that's why it's $1,000,001 Entertainment. You feel what I'm saying? And when I say $1,000,001, I feel like I feel like I won by finding my something. Everybody have their something, you feel what I'm saying? But everybody don't get a chance to find it. Everybody don't open their eyes up enough, or everybody don't, give themselves enough time, or whatever the case may be. Some people be dealt a real bad hand, you feel me? But God bless me enough to finally see my purpose and reach my purpose, fam. So that's what Million One Entertainment about. I feel like I won already, you feel me?
Thanks. I like that meaning behind it.
Everything a play on words, like Million Views podcast, like it's a play on words, bro. It ain't never just nothing straightforward, cause life ain't like that.
Real rap.
You feel what I'm saying? Your third eye got to be open, bro. If those that know, you feel me?
Well, is life not like that because is it the hand we dealt, or is it because we aren't being shown the way that life really is? You know what I'm saying? We just throwing out there to find a way.
I mean, I don't really deal in all those because it's too much no more. I be on some like life is this way, so I'ma react this way. Life hit me with that, so I'ma respond like this.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying, like that fall usually come with an excuse. You know what I'm saying? In other people's eyes,
right.
That may just be your reason,
right?
But they gonna look at it conveniently as an excuse. So I just go with so now, like you know what I'm saying?
Real
I don't even really think about the because no more. It is what it is.
Roll with the punches.
You got to. It is what it is.
Right. A lot of people don't even grasp their understanding at any aspect of their life. Like some people get it at a young age, some people get it when they're older. Like some people just not on that type of time. Now with you, like you said, you got a family. You know what I'm saying? You building generational wealth. Like, is this something like?
That's the goal. That's the plan. Yeah.
You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. That's your goal for holding it down for generational wealth and whoever coming behind you. You know
Thanks. I mean, I feel like that should be anybody's motivation, man, woman, or child. Though you got to be thinking future.
Right.
If you ain't thinking future, what you doing? You know. Now, once again, a few years ago, I fell in that same category of people that was lost. I can't, like I said, we're not gonna go through the because.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of reasons and answers and excuses, and you know what I'm saying. I got a few excuses too.
Right.
You feel me? I'm human, but yeah, man. Like if you ain't motivated about what's going on in your future, man, you pretty much dead already.
Right.
And once a person realize that, dog, ain't no way but up from that. Now, how fast or how far you gonna go, that's between you and your journey with the Most High, and what you doing with what it is you have. You feel me?
That's what I'm about to say, cause like you have a reason per se. Like I told you, like that reason was my son. Like some people don't have kids to be that reason. You know what I'm saying? So like, what do you tell people who's looking for a reason? You know what I'm saying? Who's looking for an answer to keep going? Like,
well,
what's the message for
everybody? Still have a reason. Your reason may not be your kids. Your reason may not. You know what I'm saying? You in the future you gonna want to have kids, or in the future you gonna want to pass. You know what I'm saying? With whatever great thing it is you build, you want to pass it off to somebody.
Right.
Bill Gates said he gonna give all his kids like 10 million. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they straight, which could be exaggeration. He might give them more, might give them less. Who knows? Right. He said he gonna get the rest to charity.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because they have people out here who just don't have none of that.
Real.
You feel me? So for us to be out here on some, everybody think everything got to be grand, bro. You don't have to make millions of dollars to secure your family.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You just gotta secure the right insurances. See, I'm learning things like that. I'm late in the game with a lot of things, but not from not being capable, but just from being ignorant, not really pursuing the right things in life. So
right.
when I get on these cameras and stuff and talk and speak like the way I be talking, I ain't talking down on nobody. A lot of the experience I'm talking about is things that I'm going through or been through myself. Right. You feel me?
Real rap. So look, you said we on Wilson. It's Wilson Street, Wilson Road.
Wilson Street, man. I think they changed it to Wilson Avenue now, man. But this gonna be forever Wilson Street, man. Wicked Wilson, dog.
All right, we on Wilson. So, how was your upbringing around here, man? Like, was it like a tight knit neighborhood, like everybody around each other?
Bunch Village, bro. Bunch Village, a peculiar place, bro. It was much more people around. Like all these empty lots you see, bro. It was families there, bro. People.
Was that due to Katrina, like the empty lots?
Some of it due to Katrina. A lot of it due to drugs, dog.
Right, neighborhood shit.
Man, this one of them neighborhoods, bro. Like if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave that at that. But growing up on Wilson Street, the way I grew up, dog, I grew up beautiful, dog. I can't lie. I had I had the best of everything, you know, in a sense, especially in a hood sense. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody who grew up around me, they thought we probably was the Huxtables or some shit like that, which it wasn't that. But like I told you, my pops, he was a real breadwinner, dog. My mama, she always did great in life, worked in the hospitals for like 20-some years in the accounting department. And then she retired from there and started working at my grandfather's trucking company and for my dad and stuff like that. She still do accounting and billing work today. You know what I'm saying? She like 40-some years in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I come from that, dog. Like you know, a pretty strong in-home structure, big family. You know what I'm saying? I got 6 brothers and sisters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's 7 of us, dog, and we got some extras. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't the hustle, y'all the Brady Bunch.
Shout out the. Nah, see, the Brady Bunch is a put together family, man. We all same mama, same daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like we all grew up together.
I'm talking about the number aspect.
Facts. Definitely the Brady Bunch. We was a bunch for sure. You know what I'm saying? But we was the Miller gang, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my 2 big brothers, dog. And that's the thing I'm about to point out, dog. Like if I had any advantage in my growing up, in my childhood, though, it wasn't my parents. It was my big brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them 2 dudes, bro, like, shout out to Big Beans, Brian, and MP2G, bro, Michael Paul, dog. Like, them dudes, dog.
Thanks.
Man, first time I seen a hustler was in my room. Yeah. You feel me? The first time I seen a nigga that was gonna stand on him and really get it in, that was in my room, dog. That was my 2 big brothers.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'll never forget that shit. Like, them niggas taught me everything without trying to teach it to me in most cases. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to sit there and really map the shit out on how I wanted to play it. You know, make my own asshole moves, but in the fashion that I wanted to, and I didn't have to go outside to, you know what I'm saying? So that was my advantage, Phil.
Right. So, like, I'm glad you said that too. Like, I was definitely about to ask you, like you said, you had the best of both worlds. You had the family aspect growing up.
Yeah, and I had the streets. I had love in the streets too, because I was a mischievous little nigga. Like, I was a bad little nigga, to keep it real with you. I wasn't the hardest, but as long as I can remember, though, I wanted to get some money. My daddy was called Big Time. Like, this what his friends called him. When I came to the world, he was already this.
Big time.
Big Timer. That's what they used to call my dad. Shout out to Buddy Miller. He passed away in 2015. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, as long as I can remember, bro, I was trying to figure out how to make me some money. So if a nigga wanted me to help him wash his car, you know what I'm saying? Hold a potato chip bag that may or may not have illegal items in it.
What was your first job you think of, like,
my first real job?
No, getting some money. Like, you know, like, you got to do this as a routine and you about to get paid to do this. Like, what was your first?
My first real job was straight out of high school. It was a squad job, MGM Construction. Shout out to Mike Moscow, man, Mr. Mike. That was a connection I made through Coach JT at Giant Curtis, dog. Shout out to Coach JT, but that's who helped me get my first real official job that paid me a check. Right. Coach JT hooked me up with Mr. Mike Moscow, MGM Construction. I was working at the Seminole in Gentilly, the Bible College. Yeah. We was building like I think that was dormitories or something like that. We was building over there. I filled up the water coolers and shit like that in the morning. Brought the the skilled workers, certain materials and stuff like that. About 12 o'clock, I was done.
All right. You was still getting paid for it, though.
Fact, that was my first job, dog. Like, my first real job. But other than that, you already knew what time it was, dog. Right. You know, started out selling a little weed, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And then everything else is, you know, some shit we'll talk about off camera, you feel me?
Right. So, like, I know you got a lot of things going. Like, let the people know, like, what type of stuff you holding down right now, like, just in business for you right now. I got going on.
I mean, first of all, dog, like, y'all go stream my man, dog, Official with an A. That's Million One Entertainment, first official signed artist. You know what I'm saying? Right. We still in the process of doing proper business. You know what I'm saying? Getting everything worked out. But that's gonna be our first official signee. You know what I'm saying? Official with an A. He's streaming now on all platforms. We already have some music and shit out together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got about 3 singles out. He got
you got an intro for you, huh?
Yeah, that's him on the intro of the podcast.
Right, check that
I was gonna get to that. You feel me? But he working though, dog. Like he really grinding, dog. He on the radio out there in Arkansas and shit like that. He got a few songs spinning out there, dog. He just did Summer Jam 2022 out there in Fayetteville, Arkansas, dog. Salute to them.
Yeah, you turning up.
Yeah, man, like he definitely going crazy. We grinding, bro. We working, dog. I got a couple of artists that I'm still working with on the development side, like developing a couple of artists for sure, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got Million Views podcast, dog. Y'all can check us out, shit, on everything that's streaming podcast, bro. Check us out, YouTube for sure. If you want to see the videos, Spotify play the videos now.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to check us out on video, but you can listen to us if you riding or driving or working or whatever. You can just listen in to us, dog. It's some good content. It's original content. It's not your average, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking no mess.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm not really into that negative propaganda that the average media push.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that may or may not affect the numbers, but I told you I ain't built off those type of numbers, you know what I'm saying? We provide marketing and advertising to other businesses,
right.
You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So like we got the studio, M1 Studios. You want to book some studio time as far as, you know, recording music and stuff like that. You could go to can'tloserecordings.com and book with CL, the engineer, you know what I'm saying? What else we got going on, man? Probably 2 times, man. Even though he's doing this thing independent, he is the president of Million One Entertainment.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So we forever, you know what I'm saying, tied in. He just, like I said, he a young businessman himself. And, you know, he know what he want in life.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's never enough business. You feel what I'm saying? So we just rocking out, dog. Probably 2 times streaming on all platforms, dog. And what else we got? We got the Village Kids coming up, bro. But that's a little, you know, we're gonna keep that on the cool for right now. Got a new podcast developing called the VIP Lounge, which I always had that concept put together. I could never get the right, you know what I'm saying, counterpart in place for that particular platform. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one that we just got on the rocks right now. But everything official about it, you know what I'm saying? We you know, we ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm missing anything, though, it's just because I got so much going on, bro. Right. Oh, Raphael Mecca Medina, dog. I gotta shout him out on here, bro. That's Mr. Multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Like dude do a lot. He do a lot, and everything, pretty much everything he do with Million One Entertainment, dog, be behind the scenes type of action. So I gotta salute him, dog. He really be holding me down, dog. Raphael Mecca Medina, dog. I'm doing a lot of work with him. Y'all can look forward to a lot from us, dog. Real talk. Right. Movies, videos, dog. Anything to do with recording, dog. Million One Entertainment, bro. We messing with that, dog. We got that going on.
Right. Okay, so let's get into you got all these things going on, and how you balance that with life and being a father? Like, do you feel like you have to take more time with one thing and do it another, or you pretty much got it under control at this point in life?
I'm getting it all the way under control. I told you I don't do no capping, bro. I'm getting it under control. My kids come first, you know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. But my kids are Million One Entertainment, so to speak. Right. You feel me? So like my life pretty much revolves around what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is pretty much my life. You feel me? Like I said, I'm doing this for them, with them. You know what I'm saying? They executives in the business. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody pretty much on board and know the move to make. Oh, shout out to Yan, bro. M1 Yana, bro, my girl, dog. Like that's another real serious, intricate part of what we doing. You know what I'm saying? On some behind the scenes type of stuff, dog. I'm talking about like she really puts in work as far as Million One Entertainment, what we doing.
Thanks. So what? I know you said you got your family, and you know you want to do the generational wealth and stuff. What motivates you to get up and do all these things? Like, is it?
I told you, first and foremost, it starts with self. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I can remember from a little boy, you know what I'm saying, all the way up until a certain point in life where I had lost track. You know, the dude I seen in the mirror, though, he, you know what I'm saying, he was him, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not in no arrogant way. Right. You could go ask them. Some of them will tell you the truth, and some of them you go see the hate in their eyes.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But I always been about mine. Like, I wasn't always the greatest, the best at nothing. Mm-hmm. But I always did me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just wanted to get back to a point where I know myself, like I say, was a good enough example for my children. Right. So at the end of the day, the motivation is your kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I had to get self right. Like you know, I'm working on self still, but that's what I had to start with. I wanted to get myself back right, dog. That's the motivation.
Definitely having accountability for things. You know what I'm saying? So like, you said you had a little patch in your life when you was just like outside and shit. Like, do you feel like did that mold you into the person you is today?
No little patch, it was like 15 straight years, and it definitely did, bro, because that was like that crash course of growing up. Like, you know, you could have listened to what your parents said, but and I want to be careful how I say this because I want this to reach the youngsters in the right way.
For real.
I'm not saying go jump off the bridge. I'm not saying go gangbang or nothing like that. Go to college and experience something other than what you've been used to.
Right.
Go to a trade school. Go, you know, the streets ain't always the only alternative.
Fact.
But you got to go live life. You know, still, you know what I'm saying? I just so happened to choose some shit that was right in front of my face instead of looking further. You see what I'm saying? Seeing a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all on how you look at it, bro. It's all on how you approach the plate, dog.
Facts.
Real shit. If that even answered your question, you know what I'm saying?
No, every answer is a good answer, no matter how you explain it, how you break it down. It's your answer. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no yes or no question. You know what I'm saying? You feel that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But coming into this stage of like being a father, like, was that the transition in your life to make you want to change, or was it like further down in your life after you had kids that you made a decision that you want to like stay on the course of like just doing this so far as like staying straight?
That's a great question. Like I told you, Pipe been teaching me how to be a better father to Submit. You feel what I'm saying? And to himself, you know what I'm saying? And what I mean by he teaching me is like, he's 17 now. So all the things that I went through with him, like, you know, most of that, I dodged that with his little sister. Now on the flip side of that is, the hardest part about parenting, the difficult thing about parenting is the relationship between the mom and the daddy.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not the part I was always great at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one at fault, but at the same time, like you say, that accountability thing, I became more accountable the older I got and the further out of that bullshit I got.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because you'll get to a point in life where you ain't never wrong about nothing.
Right.
Then that's when you all the way fucked up. And I had got to that point where it was like, I don't know if it was just me out of being frustrated with myself or frustrated with the situations or the relationships or whatever, but I had just got to a point where I just couldn't listen to nothing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that was my fault, you know. But other than that, the parenting thing came easy to me, though, because I seen the example of one of the best, you know what I'm saying? Buddy Miller, my dad. You know what I'm saying? Big Sam, my grandfather. Cap, my dad's dad. Like, you know, I done seen all my uncles and stuff like that, though. Like, you know, that's one thing we don't do is run.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, you know, whether I get it right today or tomorrow, I'm going to be here.
Right.
You feel me? And that's kind of how it's been with my kids. I've been having to grow as a man, as a person, you know, and ain't no handbook on it, bro. Especially when you come into the game young. You know, I was 19. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was in the streets heavy at that time. So like I say, the things I used to do and say and people I used to allow to be around him, I didn't do that with his sister because I had to learn lessons by that point in time. You know what I'm saying? Right. He got some years on her. So, you know, just things like that, bro. Like, you know, that's been the most beautiful point of my life. The only part of my life that I know I've been proud of from start to finish. You know what I'm saying? That's being a father, though. Like, right. I know I didn't approach both of those situations. You know what I'm saying? Like a real one. So what happens in between there, you know, like I say, that depends on the cooperation of two.
Fact.
And that's what complicates a lot of kids' lives, though. And that's one thing I was able to dodge, being in a 2-parent household. You know what I'm saying? That reinforcement, you know.
Right.
Your mama tell you some, you know what I'm saying, and then your daddy go make sure, you know, and vice versa.
Right.
My mama really was the physical disciplinary.
Right.
My dad ain't really get to, you know, my mama, you know what I'm saying? But I got older and realized it wasn't that he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? But he was the type of man, 4 or 5 in the morning, he up, gone, boom. He gonna get it in on some physical shit for 10, 12 hours a day.
He ain't got time to be
when he came home, he had his house in order to a way them two was a 1-2. You feel what I'm saying? And I still always feared him more than I did my mama, bro.
Right. He ain't had to do too much.
Not too much. It was in his actions.
All right.
You feel me?
Standing on it.
Right.
So look. So you said going back to your motivation. I mean, going back to your hustle. You know what I'm saying? So your parents have businesses. They're always at work. And
that come from moms and pops, definitely, for sure. Hands down.
Yeah.
That's where that come from, brother. Like I told you, bro. My dad's name was Big Time.
Yeah.
Dude was getting bread, like for real. My mama, though, like I said, always to this day. Cause there was points in time now, I'm gonna say this. There was points in times where my dad, he was a real sickly man, you know what I'm saying? He had kidney failure. He went blind before. He done been in a wheel. Man, my pops was in a wheelchair for like a year and a half at one point. I just had to give my dad baths and everything, bro. Like, you know, so like,
crazy.
It's not. That was a time when me and my dad got the closest. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to be funny, but like that was a time where he learned a different respect for me, and I learned a totally different respect for him. We got to talk about things we had never talked about before. I was in my, you know, I was an adult at that time. You know what I'm saying?
But
so
it still was like time that y'all needed.
That was time that we needed, though, and it's crazy how God worked. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as where my hustle come from, bro, it come from them two people there, bro. I'm talking about two real ones, bro. My mom and my daddy, bro. Hands down. Now, like I said, my brothers, who also got it from them, was the ones that I was right up under.
They put it in front
and able to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, like this how you do this. This is that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no nigga.
Hands on hustle, like
that type of shit.
You know, like your mom and dad hustling because like at the foundation, your household, and the things that they.
Yeah, see, your hustle is the drive and the willingness that you have to make things happen.
You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on a different, like.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just telling you what you said to me was hustle, and I'm trying to let these youngsters know hustle don't mean selling drugs.
Fact.
Hustle means your willingness to get up and go make something happen for yourself and those that depend on you.
Real right.
You feel me? And the earlier you get on that, God bless the truth, huh? And the earlier you get on that, the better. Like Pine, he working and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's your hustle.
Real right.
Now, maximize it. That's who go win. The nigga who maximizes hustle.
Right.
If nigga tell me, oh man, you need to be messing with this. Nah, I'm gonna do this.
Real right.
Next time I seen that same dude, like, man, you got this bitch pumping like Crenshaw. This facts, and the nigga who he might see this, might not, but he know I ain't lying. Right. But the point is, though, like, hustle is you. The willingness that you have, bro, to go after it. Like, all right, this about to be the case in point. When you not going your fastest, or when you not working your hardest on the court or on the field, what they yelling at you?
Keep going.
Hustle.
Hustle. Keep going.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Your hustle is your willingness.
Right.
You heard me? And I got plenty of that, bro. So when you combine that with ingenuity and knowledge, now you got a totally different monster.
Definitely.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing I was only missing was the knowledge and humbling myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But God will do that for you.
All right.
He'll humble you for you.
Mm-hmm. So look, I got a few questions I want to ask you, man. Like, so whatever answer you pick, either or, you know what I'm saying, and give me a reason why you picking this answer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, all right, it's a 2-part.
Yeah.
The answer and why.
Yeah.
All right.
So I know what we getting into right now. You know what I'm saying? It was an immediate like connection, but like. Would you rather smoke or drink?
Smoke. Started smoking weed when I was 8 years old. Yeah. And like I said, my family, they ran barrooms and stuff like that, so I started drinking at an early age too. But it don't really.
What's the early age for drinking? Because a lot of people,
probably the same age or maybe younger.
I was 6, I was 8, I was
telling you, like around 8 or 9, started smoking weed.
A lot of black people got that experience. Their parents.
I mean, cause it's right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the liquor, like my family does, my mama's side of the family, man, them people, if you could handle it, you could drink.
Yeah, get out.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they was rocking. But we gonna move past that. But yeah, bro, I'd rather smoke over drink because that drink just don't agree with me like that. You know,
right.
I drank Remy, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I don't. You ain't gonna just see me just you know what I'm saying, just getting wasted.
Were you ever like that and you learned your lesson, or you just wasn't that type of person?
Like I said, I was able to test the waters at such a young age. I already knew what was for me and what wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people get out there like that, yeah.
Thanks. I mean, you know, like I said, it's all on what you grew up around, bro. I grew up, like, you know, when I was a little boy, like a little baby boy, like 5, 6 years old, when people still had bar rooms and shit. Yeah. When I got a little older, my grandmother, like she had a bar, nigga, the same bar from the bar room in her house, like, with liquor in that bitch. Man, them people throw parties every weekend down there, bro. And there's gonna be plenty of liquor and food down.
Yeah. They know how to get down. Yeah.
I mean, that's what they come up doing.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, anybody that's accustomed to something, that's what they gonna do. You know? Right. Yeah, well, yeah.
So look, he got smoke. He got smoke out of drink. So this another big. This a good question, and I definitely want to know your answer. Money or respect? And that's a general to whatever opinion you want to break it down to. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go in on this one a little bit. I can't give you just a cut and dry answer on this one.
Yeah,
all right, listen.
Definitely don't want no bullshit.
Who's respect? Who's respect?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Now don't get it twisted. Respect is a must, but you gotta respect self first. I told you everything starts with self. So as long as I'm respecting self, I got to go and secure that money for that generational wealth I'm talking about. Like, I can't have more pride than money.
Right.
You feel me? So who's respect? You know what I'm saying? Are we talking about the respect of my kids, the respect of the Most High, or the respect of some nigga who feel like I should have did this or did that, or I shouldn't have did this or did that? Who wouldn't help me if they saw me laying on the side of the road?
Right.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. Now, would I take some money over Hefe's respect? Nah, not after the man I done met. Not after, you feel what I'm saying? Right. I wouldn't disrespect you, you know what I'm saying, behind some bread.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Based on how we jammed up and you know what we building on. I respect you.
Right. Appreciate it.
You feel what I'm saying?
Vice versa.
So,
for sure.
If I, like, you know what I'm saying, I can't respect people who I don't respect.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not money over everything, but I'm in business to make money. Like you know, so when it's WilsonMillz and it's $1,000,000 Entertainment on the line, I gotta thank WilsonMillz and $1,000,000 Entertainment first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without disrespecting any of my colleagues.
Right.
So if that answers your question, I hope that do. But like respect, that's like beauty, though. That's in the eye of the beholder at a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
So you be going with respect over the money.
I'm going with getting the money while keeping respect intact.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because respect, like I said, is first and foremost. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's respect of self in the Most High.
Right.
The Most High told me that I have to come out here and provide something not only lucrative but something long lasting for my children, because that's what they gonna need to be sustainable. Like, that's what they gonna need to regroup and rebuild our bloodline. Like I'm the last Miller male. You know what I'm saying? So if Pint don't get set up the right way and be able to put some more of us out here, that's over with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might put me a few more out here, you know what I'm saying, once I get everything where it need to be at. You feel me? Just in case.
Real rap.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But
a lot of people got their own opinion about that type of shit too.
Your lineage and your legacy, bro, that's something personal.
Right.
Like I tell niggas all the time, though, everybody didn't have Buddy Miller and Cap. Shout out to Cap, man, Hamilton Miller Sr., though. Well, he Hamilton Miller Jr., my grandfather, dog. You know, shout out to them dudes, because like I say, them dudes came from nothing and made it something. No matter what it is, no matter how somebody else look at it, I know my people journey, I know they walk, and I know they reason. Right. So I got to do what I'm doing. Right. And fuck who ain't feeling it.
Real rap. Definitely like how you holding this shit down. So yeah, he does. So next question.
Let's get it.
It don't matter what season it is, pants or shorts. Would you rather wear pants on the regular or shorts on the regular?
pants, though.
Yeah. Why why you don't like shorts, man? A lot of men don't like wearing shorts for some reason.
I like wearing shorts, though, but like, this is my cameraman. I like wearing shorts. It just, we right here on the porch, bro. Alright. I like wearing shorts and shit like that, though, but it just, I guess that's just the working man in me. Like, I got a certain type of mentality, dog. My daddy, like, you know, like I said, bro, I grew up under my daddy, bro. Right. Man got up in the morning, dog. You know, he put his shoes on a certain way. Nigga wore a belt. Nigga ain't sag his pants or nothing like that. I ain't, you know, I'm my daddy's son.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? What's down, Papa Doc?
Doing
an interview right quick, you heard me?
Down.
I'm on only time for currency, man.
Yes, sir.
Only time for currency podcast. Get back to the question. It's all organic shit, man. That's Papa Doc. That's my cousin.
Pulling up.
We good.
Yeah, see, they gonna be pulling up all day, look like.
Thanks, man. I told this. I wanted you to see the real.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You getting with somebody what other people ain't gonna get.
Right.
Real shit. You getting meals for real.
Real shit. Appreciate that.
Get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So, would you rather real money or like currency, crypto money type shit? What's going on in the world right now? Would you rather like dollar bills or would you rather like having some shit like NFT or some shit?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Shout out to Tony Conway, bro. Salute to TC, dog. He been gaming me up on it slowly but surely, dog. I'm a got a train pass. I'm a realist, dog. Like that's where the world going in.
Right.
And it's a scary thing because I don't really trust that shit.
Right. Fact.
You feel what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna be in the know of everything, dog. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, keep my eyes and ears on everything. I got a couple of dollars on Bitcoin and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not really privy to that shit like that. Like I don't really know a whole lot about it. You feel what I'm saying?
So you rather the bread in your hand? You want the guap?
I mean, in fact, you know, that's like cash is always, you know, cash always beat ass, dog. But like I said, it ain't about what Millz prefer. It's about what the high currency is.
Right.
And that currency that becoming, you know, at some point it's gonna beat everything else out. You feel what I'm saying?
There's only time for currency.
Yeah. So whatever popping at the time, dog. As long as it's registering at the bank, you feel me?
Right. So would you rather, I know you said you worked a couple jobs, you know what I'm saying? Now you got your own business and a slew of things going on for yourself.
You said a slew of things.
Yeah, a slew of things. Because you can't really put a finger on it. Like, you could say you're doing this and this, but you definitely going to pop out with something else and drop them on the head with it.
I mean, that's what it's about, dog. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep dropping bait in the water till something bite.
I definitely fuck with your consistency, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's not this, you got something else going on.
I mean, that's the key to anything.
Right.
The key to anything in life, dog. Consistency, dog. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's one thing I struggled with in the beginning, trying to keep a bigger team together and, you know, certain things. And it was really slowing up progress, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't see the same distance. You feel what I'm saying?
Thanks.
But I had to, at some point, I had to make a decision and put foot on gas, dog, and just go. And ever since I've been getting on my consistency shit, everything else been opening up, dog, speaking for itself, you feel me?
Right.
That's what it started with, brother, consistency.
Real rap. So look, how do you like spend your day with work on a regular basis? Like, I know you got a studio, you know, you got a lot of things going on throughout the day. Like, what's your regular day routine like? What you do on a regular day basis?
Man, since the new engineer situation, bro, we usually on average at the studio like to about 3, 4 in the morning, right?
Right.
I get there no later than 9:30, 10 o'clock after you know, do the morning run, depending on if I got the kids or not. You know, girl gotta get to work, this, that, blase. But like, I'm putting in like 20 hours a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 16 for sure on average.
Right.
As far as editing, Poe Raphael, dog, like, you know,
right.
I call this man at so many different random hours and times and so on and so forth, dog. Like I was telling you earlier, dude a bigger part of Million One Entertainment than a lot of motherfuckers that was a part of Million One Entertainment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to get back on what you was asking me, my day usually start at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying, in the morning.
Was you always a morning person, or you got like that, like started when you started working?
Nah, I always been like that, dog. Like I used to try to wake up as early as my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, he used to be up and going so early, dog, to where you wouldn't even see dude most of the times. You know what I'm saying? So the older I got, the more I wanted to get up, you know what I'm saying, and see what was going on, you know what I'm saying, holler at my mans. But when I got to, like, say, middle school, but now I'm already doing, like, little underhand, you know, selling little weed and stuff like that. It really started in elementary school, to be honest with you. But I was still on some child type of time then. But I'm talking about, like, when I really got serious, you know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm up. I was going to school around the corner at bunch till they kicked me out.
They kicked you out, or you did something to get kicked out? A lot of people be saying they get kicked out of school. Like, what the fuck happened for them to kick you out, nigga? What you did?
Some shit happened, like, you know, a lot of shit happened. You feel me?
It led up to certain type of events.
I was 12 years old on probation till I was 18. We will put that like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jefferson Parish schools, period, stopped dealing with me, so I had to go to a private school. But I used to have to get up early to do all my little sneaky shit.
Right.
Long story short.
Right.
So I always been a morning person. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did my dirt. Cause up until I was in my 20s, my mom ain't even know I smoked weed.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So I used to have shit, working shit in the house. My mom, you know, they didn't even know what I was doing.
Right.
You know, up until a certain point. You feel me? But
you felt like it's because you knew how to move, or because you just didn't want to get fucking caught by your mom?
I learned how to move from watching my brothers, though. Like, that's how I learned how to move. My brother Mike, shout out to MP2G, bro. We used to call that nigga Silky Smooth, bro.
Yeah.
He was like that, bro. My grandma called him Black Beauty. Called that nigga Silky Smooth, bro. And he was just a real sneaky, slick, subtle nigga, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I used to watch him real hard. See, he wasn't the type. I could approach my oldest brother, Bean. I could go ask Bean directly, man, show me how to do this. Right. Bean was wilder than Mike. Mike go tell me to go sit my stupid ass down somewhere, so I had to just watch him. Right. But that's where I got that from. Beat everybody there. You ain't got to worry about nobody seeing that.
Real shit. Real rap. Hey, so with the business, when the business aspect, is it any certain things that you reading up on right now to help you get into the business, or is it like all like self-taught shit, like with your business?
I mean, nothing. I hate when people use that term self-taught. Cause even if you learn something just by observation, you had to observe that something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The information got to be there, though. The information in that tree blowing right there let you know the wind blowing. You see the leaves moving? Even if you couldn't feel it, you'll know something was blowing.
Right.
You feel me? Simple stuff like that. But it's just, I read a lot of shit, though. I fuck with 50 Cent. 50 Cent got a few books you need to go check out. You know what I'm saying? The one I just got to read called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. Or it might be the other way around. Right. But that's the one I just got up. I watch a lot of YouTube, though. I Google everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say YouTube, I don't just mean podcast. And you might catch me when I'm fucking with animals today. Right. I'm learning something about animals today.
Real shit.
You feel what I'm saying? I might be trying to watch some shit, you know, a producer putting together some music, you know, like, it just, if you want to know something, dog, just seek the information. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think you could teach yourself not too many things. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many things you gonna just sit there and teach yourself how to do. You gotta get the information somewhere. Right. Just seek information.
Well, I feel
conversation.
Like I'm about to say, like, when you talking to people, you learn a lot of shit when you talking to people. Like, but some people don't like to listen. I don't know if it's because they feel like they want to do it themselves and they don't really need the help per se. Like, I can figure it out type shit. They have people that I can figure it out type shit, and they get that far, so they feel like they self-made because you offered the help, but I really don't need your help. You know what
I suffer from that.
Type shit.
Let me make a confession right quick. That's one of the things I suffer from, and I'm working at it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, listening. Right. Not out of no disrespect or none of that shit. It's just how my mind works, how my mind moves. Mm-hmm. If Ralph about to say something and I know I'm kind of catching it, I'm a go straight to it. Now sometimes this is the bad part. Sometimes you're wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't allow the other person to get their thoughts off or whatever. You know, you might fuck up the flow of things like that. So that's something I'm really working on for myself, bro. So I know you ain't lying about that one. That's what I'm working on myself, though.
Right.
Thanks. Listening is the hard part. We all know shit. We all know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So like, with coming into doing the podcast, you know, with your homie Cheese, like, was it something like y'all stumbled upon Joshin and shit, or was like y'all planned it out and it was
that's how we used to build. Like every morning, you know what I'm saying? That was my little homie. I ain't gonna put too much out there, but like, you know, I was serious about what I was doing.
Right.
So communication was important. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but after we finished communicating about that, nigga, we about to talk about sports. We about to talk about women. We about to talk about our kids when they came along. Cause this shit was before we even had kids, dog. Like, we just always chopped it up about whatever, dog. Like if we building on something, we about to build on it. We ain't about to just sit here and smoke weed and like wasn't no social media or none of this shit. Like,
right. I was about to ask you that too. Like, so like growing up in that era.
Yeah.
With no social media and the difference between that, like, and being outside, like, do you feel like it was more of a hustle back then to be outside and do your business?
Not to cut you off. The first time I seen Stephen A. Smith and them doing what they doing, you can ask any nigga who knew us, bro. I thought about my brothers.
Right. Why you talking about your brothers?
These dudes know sports, dog. I'm not talking about just football. My brother Bean will argue, like, and he go, no facts. We call this fat motherfucker facts.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. He go, no facts about tennis, about golf, about anything.
Yeah.
About, you know what I'm saying, astrology. You know, like, this is the type of people I grew up around, bro. Right. So, like, the fact that we haven't been doing this shit forever, we really slept on ourselves, though. But the first time I seen a podcast other than, cause see, we used to watch Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Howard Stern had a podcast. Remember with Beetlejuice and I keep forgetting the black lady name that was on there with him. But that was the first podcast I seen. I was a little boy then. I used to have porn stars on there. But like, you know, used to talk about some raw shit on there. You know, Howard Stern, he was wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, for people to be thinking that there's something new going on, nah, man, just dive in. Like I told you, you got that fucking cat. You on? You doing shit, brother.